Thank you for watching Deeper Than Red, Black History Animated. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, share, and comment. Enjoy the episode. An army of accountants, lawyers, and corporate executives raced to close a $985 million deal, worth $2.3 billion in today's dollars. It was the largest leveraged buyout of overseas assets by an American company. The deal was behind schedule, and Reginald F. Lewis, the general at the helm of this huge deal, was threatening to walk away. If the deal closed, it would make Reginald one of America's wealthiest men. Reginald's trailblazing accomplishments would forever pave the way for future black leaders and entrepreneurs. It was 1952 in East Baltimore. The rain poured, yet 10-year-old Reginald was determined to finish his route. He pedaled down the street, his sack full of the Baltimore Afro-American newspapers, only one more house to go. 2 years later, he sold his route for a profit, building the business from 10 to 100 customers. Growing up, the family always told Reginald, "Be the best you can be." In high school, Reginald liked to wear tweed jackets and British neckties to class. He was a straight-A student and an all-star athlete in 3 sports. Once graduating from Virginia University, Reginald lobbied for his acceptance into a summer law program at Harvard. He made such an impression he was the only person in the history of Harvard to be admitted before applying. A few years after graduating from Harvard Law, Reginald launched his own law practice on Wall Street. He had the first African-American law firm on Wall Street. But Reginald wouldn't stop here. He knew all about leveraged buyouts because he was a corporate lawyer. Reginald wanted in. He wanted to make the deals this time. He didn't succeed the first time around, but he was determined to win. It took 9 years and multiple ventures before his first deal made a profit. In 1983, Reginald purchased the McCall Pattern Company for $22 million. He turned the company around and sold the company for $65 million in 1987. Reginald was ready to go even bigger. A few months after selling the McCall's company, Reginald went after Beatrice Foods. Beatrice Foods was a huge conglomerate, 64 companies in 31 countries. Competition was fierce. Reginald's tiny 2-man team managed to outbid Citigroup. Now Reginald's army of accountants, lawyers, and executives worked furiously night and day to close the deal. And finally, done. He purchased the company for $985 million. The deal became the largest leveraged buyout of overseas assets by an American company at that time. He became, as Wall Street liked to say, a master of the universe. Reginald owned a 15-room co-op in Manhattan and a mansion in Long Island. He bought art by Picasso and purchased a $13 million corporate jet. Before Reginald, it was unheard of for a black person in America to obtain the kind of financial power that he had achieved. Let's be clear. It wasn't for a lack of talent or intelligence or hard work, but because of racism. His brother, Gene Fugit, said of Reginald, "His brilliance was functioning in the white world." Reginald was used to being the only black man in the room. He was also used to having to work twice as hard. Unfortunately, this came with a price. One day, Reginald started having vision problems. The diagnosis was grim. He had a brain tumor, and the doctor said there was nothing they could do. A few months later, Reginald F. Lewis died at 50 years old. The legacy of Reginald F. Lewis lives forever. He was a financial titan, a trailblazer, a civil rights activist, and a philanthropist. He never took no for an answer. Thanks for watching Deeper Than Red. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media.